It's about to get crazy, you guys. I'm seated here in my second trimester. I'm feeling heavy. I'm feeling lazy. But I'm here with Coach G. George, please tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're here for. And then we can jump straight into it.
Thanks, Kez. My name is Coach George. I'm the founder and head coach of Club 77. And we are fitness consultancy and we do everything health. And we are here today because of our prenatal and postnatal branch, which deals with our very special mothers who give us life.
First off, why should I be exercising? What are the benefits? For what reason?
So if you've noticed, what doctors say is that you need to be moving when you're pregnant, okay? Right. So that your body keeps active. So our bodies are made in such a way that if they're stagnant, they rust up.
Right. Like
so you need to try and keep on moving. So there are very many benefits when you're pregnant and you're exercising. So one of them is that it improves your general health.
Right.
So your health is good where it needs to be, right, at good levels, right, which is very important.
Right.
2, your lung function gets better because now you know your lung expands for 2.
Yeah.
So this, when you need oxygen, obviously, right, just to help with burn food, right, your metabolism, right, your movement,
circulation
of blood and all the things. So right, another thing that it helps with the blood flow to the uterus.
Right.
So your uterus needs blood because of the baby transporting food and all these things that the baby needs. So right, workouts and exercising helps with that as well. Right. It also helps with the baby's health. So obviously when all these things are going to the baby is way much healthier than someone who's not exercising. Happy mommy, happy baby. That's how it is. So right, healthy mommy, healthy baby. Right. Fit mommy, fit baby. When you exercise, you help your placental viability becomes better.
Yeah, what is your
placenta viability? So this is how all these nutrients seep into the placenta to reach into the baby. So the viability is improved when you exercise. Wow. Another thing that it helps, so the tolerance to labor for the baby. So when you labor, the baby is in some kind of distress.
Right, that's right.
Because all these things have been, so he's moving from his usual spot, coming into the world, right, where he's not used to. He's used to this world,
right,
not that. So it helps with his or her tolerance of labor.
Right.
And I think that it helps with neurodevelopment. So neurodevelopment is all these things linked from our brain to our spine.
Wow, right.
So it really helps with that, and which is important. So
yeah, that's very important.
Yeah, for the baby's upbeat or top-notch, kind of like brain activity, movement. All these things comes with exercising. Lower body fat percentage. So we ask ourselves, why do our babies are fatter than the parents? This is because of exercising can help with that. So lower body fat percentage for him or her when it comes out and even for life. The other benefit is reduced gestational age. So
all right.
So he will not come out before his time. Right. Not he will not, but his chances are reduced.
Right.
And another thing is mental health. So right, when you exercise, you reduce your chances of being stressed. You have this feel kind of mood. Right. And that's also for the baby. The baby gets less distressed. Yeah. Right. So it's better when you exercise, and those are the benefits for the baby. Right.
When you are pregnant, you really need to take it easy. Reduce your heart rate when you're doing exercise and just take it easy. Is that a myth?
That's a myth because it depends. There are mommies who go into pregnancy when they already started exercising before. Right. And even the ones who didn't exercise before, it doesn't mean you take anything easy. You need to go on with your life as usual. Right. The only thing you need to reduce is the risk of you getting hurt. Okay. So reducing your heart rate, blah, 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 no, that's not good. You need to increase it. Let your heart be ready to pump blood all over because now it even works much harder. Right. So when you exercise, your left ventricle gets a little bit sturdy and it gets more power to pump blood all over and just to supply oxygen and everything.
So you're basically when you're chilling, you're underusing your body. The second myth is you can play sports when you're pregnant. Can I play sports?
Yeah, so you can play sports when you're pregnant, or you can continue any activity as long as it's not contacted sports. So any sports with contact, the rugby, the footballs, those are no. But if you're doing sports, let's say like running or tennis, where you're just alone, it's okay. You can do sports for the first and the second trimester. Okay. But after that, you need to chill it down. Okay. Like take it slow.
Take it a notch down.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Myth number 3. Exercise leads to dehydration.
So, as a mommy, it's you're told by the doctors, you need to take a lot of water. Anytime you need to take water. So, exercising, not exercising, after exercise during you need to take water.
Right.
So, exercise doesn't lead to any dehydration.
Right. Okay.
Dehydration is just saying that you're not giving your body enough water.
Right.
Which may be there if or not exercising.
With the exercise. All right. When I'm pregnant, should I drink water before I exercise?
Yeah, when you're pregnant, you should drink water before, during, and after exercise.
Myth number 4. Exercise will only make me more exhausted. I'm already exhausted.
So you're already, you are carrying extra weight. So you will be exhausted some of the times and not all of the time. But exercise will help you be less exhausted, because what exercise will do, it will help your muscles be better, it will help your blood flow and all your general health. And when this happens, you actually get less exhausted rather than being more exhausted.
That was weird, because I thought after exercising you need to sleep because you'll be more tired.
Yeah.
Myth number 5. Running during pregnancy is dangerous.
Just as we said before, if you are running before pregnancy, or you are doing contactless sports before pregnancy, you can continue that for the first and the second trimester.
Right.
Okay. So running is advisable. If you are running, you can continue running. But once we reach the third trimester, slow down. Chill down on the running. Okay. Mommy, chill down on the sports.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Yeah. I feel what they're calling heavy. You know, they say women you look very heavy. Yeah, it feels heavy. Like there's a pull. There's a physical weight.
Physical weight.
So slow it down. Myth number 6. It's dangerous to lift weights when you're pregnant.
So it is dangerous to lift weights when you're pregnant. Okay. But if you are, for example, we have bodybuilders, we have weightlifters who are women and they are who will get pregnant or might get pregnant. So if you are doing it before, just as the running and other sports, you can do it, but this time only for the first trimester. Okay. Then after that you need to stop, because what happens is that the baby is demanding a lot. Right. So some things are slowed down, like your muscle recovery, your tendons are not that strong anymore. Right. Everything is all concentrated there. Right, that's true. So you need to tone it down. Right. But it's a myth, because you can do it for some time, which is the first trimester, and then
you slow it down. Yeah. It's also interesting that one of the supplements you're put on is calcium, because your bones take a real big beating. Most of the calcium that you're consuming is actually going to the bones of the baby. Yeah. So now you just feel like creaky, old. Myth number 7, you can't exercise on bed rest.
So it depends. What I say is that we work with the mommy's doctor. If the mommy's doctor says that you can't move and then you need to stop and be on bed rest, sour. But there's so many different exercises that you can do. It doesn't mean you have to lift weights or run. You can actually just do a walking exercise and you'll be good. So it's a myth, because even if you're on bed rest, there are some few things you can do just to exercise as a mom, which is very important.
Yeah, it really depends on what the exercise
depends
is.
on what.
Okay. Myth number 8. It's absolutely no big deal. If you don't have time for cool down and warm up, just get up, do the exercise and go back and sit down.
Well, it's a myth, because you always need to warm up, then work out, then cool down. Because if we don't do this, we are risking injuries to the mom and to the baby as well. So you need to warm up. It's like telling the body, like, get ready, I'm about to give you something. Right. And then give it the something and then tell him, and then tell the body, now chill, the something is gone.
All right.
So that's the basic principle of a warm up, exercising, and a cool down. So it's a myth, because you really, really need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Myth number 9. only prenatal exercises are fit for a pregnant woman?
So as we said before, so if you are doing all these things before, running, weightlifting and stuff, you can continue doing them.
Right.
But once you reach the third trimester, you need a prenatal class, a qualified prenatal trainer who can take you through exactly what you need to do as a mommy, and which will come to some of the things that we need to do.
Right.
So, and if you've never been exercising in your life, you need a prenatal coach from onset.
Wow.
To post.
Right.
So until you give birth, then after birth you need the same coach, because he will take you through
the journey.
Him with your doctor will take you through your journey, and then after your journey now through recovery, now what we call postnatal fitness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you offer these services? Because I mean, where do you get a prenatal? Oh, I don't even know. Even that, when you're Googling, where do you start?
Yeah, so we offer prenatal services. My consultancy, Club 77, we are qualified in nutrition and exercise in prenatal and postnatal.
Oh, cool.
So we do offer those services very exclusively for our mummies.
All right.
Yeah.
And finally, myth number 10. You can't exercise your abs during pregnancy.
So it's a myth, because when you're exercising, what you're doing is you're working out, you're exercising your whole body, not your eyes and your knees alone. So you're exercising your whole body. Somewhere, one way or another, your body is all working. So there are special workouts for moms just for your stomach, because your abs, because your stomach will expand, the muscles will separate, and all this stuff, which we want to go to now. It's quite detailed.
Okay.
But we have exercises exactly to help with that.
Right.
Also just to help the baby be held in place safely.
Right.
Yeah. And then after, just to make you go back to the shape that you were before pregnancy.
I should probably get up and exercise.
The first workout that we normally do for any mommy is our mommy march or mommy walk. So just stand on your mat over here, and always, if you have a yoga mat or a yogi, any Pilates mat, that's very good for you. So on the mat, just give me some sweet mommy march. It's like you're walking gracefully, and always be graceful. We need a lot of grace when you're a mom, okay?
Yes.
So some grace. So let's go. Just march. And this is very good cardio. You can do this when you're standing, when you're talking on the phone or anything, just to bring that cardio in place, okay? So the next basic workout we have for moms is what we call a mommy squat. So a mommy squat will help you with just strengthening your pelvic floor. It will help also work out your legs. So if you've been working out before, we know a squat is the basic and most effective leg workout that you can do. So, and when it comes to mommy squats, we use a chair so that we protect the mommy from any injury or falls, so just come, Kez, sit on the chair, just come in front of the chair, Yeah. So basically, what you do is you just sit up and down. So just sit, Kezi, and then stand up. Sit again, and stand up. Nice. Sit, stand. That's a basic squat. And you need this, you can stop now. And you need this especially to strengthen your quads, put your glutes in place just for the baby. So the next workout that Kate is going to do is a lunge part, which also works out on the legs. So we are working on the legs more because it's all that's carrying your weight, okay? So we're gonna do a lunge part. So we use a chair mostly because we know that this is accessible for you in the house, and everybody has a chair. So let's just give me a lunge position, put your right leg forward, left leg behind, hold on to the chair, left leg behind, just push it behind, okay? And just take it down, bend as you come up, yes. And always make sure that when you bend, your knee is just in line with your toes. And that way you're working your quads, and you're working your glutes, and your back, lower back as well. The next workout is a mommy kickback, okay? This one will work on your glutes and your lower back, okay? So, Kezi, come, hold the chair, just as I held it. And as you hold the chair, just take your leg up, back and down. Yes, and that is, so she's kicking back, and that's a mommy kickback. Helps with your glutes, helps with the back as well, and you can alternate your legs, maybe 30 seconds each on each leg, or depending on what the trainer is giving you or what your body can take. So the next workout we're going to try now and work out the upper body, because we've all been working on the lower body. And the basic upper body workout is a push-up. But we do also have a mommy push-up. So just kneel in front of the chair. Yeah, and just push your knees back kidogo. Yeah, and just assume a push-up position, assuming the seat is your floor. And take your chest to the floor, up and down. Nice. So that's a basic mommy push-up. Work on your shoulders, on your back, and even your core, okay? And it's very, very important to just strengthen that part, because you'll be mostly walking and your upper body might not be working out as much. Let's try and stretch out the glutes and the legs. Just a basic stretch, but the stretches are so many, but we'll just do one for today. So just put your right leg on top of your left. And slowly, even this, just by holding it like that, you are already stretching, okay? You feel like you have enough energy, you can just lift up your left kidogo and rudisha. Just a bit, and take it down. And that way, you've already stretched. And you can do that also for the other leg, okay? Let's go, try it out. So just hold it fast and just let the stretch hold. You just hold it fast. Then you feel like you have energy, especially if you're still on the second trimester, you can pick it up. Once the trimesters change, you cannot. Okay? Nice. The last stretch will try and stretch your upper body. Okay, so just come in front of this handle of the chair and try and move back a bit, again until the end of the mat. And you just try and take your upper body down so that you stretch your shoulders, and because as moms you get really tense on your shoulders. Yeah. So just move back again. Yeah. Just take your body down slowly. But your hands need to be straight. Okay? And that way you stretch the shoulders and the upper back on the other side. Just a simple stretch as so. Nice. Nice.
And now I already know what I should do and how I should do it, but I don't know, are there any warning signs? Are there any dangers? Are there things I should be looking out for, etc.?
Yeah, so first of all, we'll start when we have instances when you can't work out at all as a mom. Right. So as we said, it's a very special time for a mom, and even just for the world, because you're bringing life, and you need to be very, very careful with that, and we need to be very careful how now you lead even your life, even when it comes to exercise. And there's some things we look out for, and one of the first things we look out is do you have an incompetent cervix? If you have an incompetent cervix, you cannot work out at all,
right?
Because the cervix holds, and if it doesn't hold, right, it's not good for you to work out. Two, the second thing that you need to look out for is when you have placenta previa. So this is when the placenta partially or wholly blocks the neck of the uterus. So
right,
when this happens, you cannot work out. 3 is when you have preeclampsia. So when you have preeclampsia is when your blood pressure is not stable and gets high or low, it depends. Right. So when you have that, you cannot work out as well. Right. And the last one, fourth and the last one, is when you are anemic. So if you don't have enough iron in your blood during pregnancy, you can't really work out because you need more blood for you and for the baby. So when this happens, you cannot work.
Yeah, I have a question. What if I don't have any of those? I don't have preeclampsia, I don't have any amniotic blood issues, whatever, anemic. Is there any other reason I should just stop?
Yeah, so we check out these reasons are medical reasons. So this will definitely not even be checked by us. They'll be checked by your doctor, and you'll be disqualified from there. Okay. But when do we disqualify you from our side? So when we sign you up, we check for things when we're doing our fast test, just to see if you can exercise. So we see things like, so if you have excessive shortness of breath, we really need to stop, because that means there might be some underlying conditions that we can't see or the doctor hasn't seen, and we need to stop.
Wow.
Yeah. Another thing that we need to check on is if you have chest pains or palpitations. So if you're working out as a mom and you have chest pains, palpitations, stop. No, it's a no. Another one is if you have painful urine constrictions.
Right.
So if you have those constrictions, maybe from the first or the second day when you started exercising, we stop.
Right.
Another thing that we check is if there's leakage and that's the mom checks with us.
Right.
If there's any leakage of the amniotic fluid,
Right.
if that's there, we also need to stop.
Right.
Another one is if there's any bleeding,
Right.
if there's any vaginal bleeding during or after, we need to stop. And lastly, we need to check if there's reduced fetal movement. So the baby normally moves, and if the baby can't move anymore, or you don't, or there's reduced, we need to stop.
Right.
Actually, what happens, very interesting, that when you start working out, if you didn't work out before, the baby will kick vigorously the first 2 to 4 days, and then he will be very happy. So whenever you work out, he gets excited. So if those movements reduce, we need to stop. And these few checks that I've just told you, we check them throughout your pregnancy.
Wow.
So they may disqualify you onset or during.
Oh, wow.
So it depends.
Right.
But we always just check it out with you.
So if it happens that I was fine and then suddenly I'm having chest pains, you probably need to stop.
Or palpitations, or any bleeding, constrictions.
Right.
We stop.
Right.
That marks the end of our simple mommy workout. For more, you can get in touch. You can check our website and just book a session and see the more various exercises that you can do and just benefit your life as a mom.